Welcome to KranchCast episode 14. This is my second week in a row doing the intro because I'm very good at it. I actually feel very privileged.
You missed the feed, didn't you?
Yeah, after last week's incidents, I think I deserve it anyway. Anyway, I'm going to introduce you all. We have Corin. Rish, Mark, Leo, Corin, Colin. Colin, take it away.
Amazing intro!
What kind of intro was that?
Messed
up. Chris, you have talked about it last week.
Okay.
You didn't want to.
What happened? The challenge. What happened? The challenge.
You didn't see it all.
It was how long was this challenge? I think did it take about 40 minutes?
Yeah, it was 40 minutes.
About 40 minutes.
A lot of minutes for some jelly.
Encouragement. A lot of encouragement there.
It was punishment. A very hard punishment.
It wasn't.
You
that
started
bad,
it quite headstrong though, you know.
Yeah, oh my god, that quote though.
It's the fact that you started out and then got it in your eyes.
An eyebrow.
It's horrible to see your confidence go down so quickly.
Yeah.
I just were happy about what let me down was when I put it in. I didn't put it down my throat. I kind of let it on my lips and my tongue. So all I could feel it was all over my lips, my gums and my tongue. And it was just terrible, and none of it went down anywhere near my throat for the first time. So at the second time, I just felt it go down, and when it hit down by my, what you call that thing down there? What?
Apple.
No, but what's the thing that hangs down at dangles?
That's here. That's here.
That's a tonsil.
Tonsil.
No,
way higher.
You're no.
What's that?
The little thing at the back.
Yeah.
I could feel it touch that, and I could just feel it turn so.
But before that punishment, I was looking up online to make sure it was safe to eat that much hot sauce. A lot of people were saying it wasn't, and a few people were saying that it was alright.
But it wasn't even.
Yeah, it wasn't even.
Yeah, I know.
It was an espresso cup, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I ran into a load of videos of guys eating the world's hottest.
And did anyone get sick?
Some had heart.
Am I the original person get sick?
I don't think so.
But
Chris, you didn't eat that much.
You did. Yeah, but I can't even. I can't handle spicy food. As in, I can't even handle spicy chicken nuggets.
I saw a guy, and what's the scale called again? The scale at the measure.
It's like a Spanishy kind.
It was 1.5 million anyway of them, and
Isn't
so it was hotter than the gold pepper.
Isn't it gold?
Units.
And you got the old pepper.
I thought they based it on the jalapeno. How much hotter than the jalapeno it is?
Yeah, that's what it is. The jalapeno is 5,000 on the scale, and the hottest thing in the world is 1
couple million.
Okay.
Yeah, this one was above 1 million euros, so it's pretty hot. And his challenge was to eat it and then go 5 minutes without having anything. And you should have seen him. He was sweating. He was shaking. Yeah. He said that he couldn't feel anything.
Yeah, Chris,
you said you couldn't feel. In 10 years, I'll retake it, but take that.
You said you couldn't feel your
hand. The same position.
Well, I wouldn't die, but I'd just be complete in so much.
And
we have to do it right here, even if we have a massive studio.
Yeah.
We have to come back right here and really 10 years.
10 years.
So,
yeah.
I'll try that. I'll make a date later.
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah.
It escalated so quickly though. You just stood up. I can't feel my arms. 10 seconds.
It wasn't that bad anyway.
Everything comes out.
Before that he said, it was actually good.
And then he gets sick.
You should try some. I
can't feel my arms.
No, but on
I flopped the Coke as well. I think part of the reason was because I flopped that much Coke so quick.
Yeah, that's what we were vomiting up on.
We were there.
It was all liquid.
We were there for the next 15 minutes.
There was quite a lot of vomit. You only see a tiny bit of it. He got sick about 3 or 4 more times. Added on to that.
And just as Chris got sick, went downstairs, the owner of the building came back.
I know. And we were
weird. The owner of the building.
Yeah. I mean, our manager.
Yeah.
Landlord.
Shout out to him. We can't, for legal purposes, we can't mention his name.
I'm lucky I didn't do the challenge because the next day I woke up and my tongue was killing me. I went to the doctor and turned out I had a yeast infection in my throat. So if you have a yeast infection and you eat spicy things, it goes it seeps into your tongue, and it's like the spiciest thing ever. He said to me, "Don't eat spicy things," but I thought he was just saying as a precaution. So I went to TGI Fridays a couple of days after, and I had sriracha wings. And it's just hot sauce. And I was in the restaurant, and if I was at home, I would have just started throwing shit around and punching stuff with pain. I was sitting there squeezing a glass close to breaking, and I kept asking them for more and more water. So they were terrible. I would have got sick everywhere if I had it. It was.
But in
would have made for a good video.
You know the challenge you said a while ago, but the person have to wait 5 minutes after. On members' food, he had to do that as well. With he'd eat some amount of chicken. Chicken wings, really hot chicken wings, and then they had a 10 or 5 minute burn second, can't remember the name of it, but it was 10 minutes of just like he'd wait there with a milk in front of him. And then you don't get the challenge on like if you touch the milk. It's like
milk is better. And Chris had water and coke.
Yeah, I don't drink milk.
The
only time I have milk is inside my cereal, and I have about that much. Yeah,
I love milk.
But do you know?
Make you sick, sweet.
Do you know you were saying about yeast? There's I actually read in line about another thing with yeast was there's a guy with a disease in England. You might have seen it. You had to use it.
We talked about this.
No, we talked about it on radio.
We talked about it on radio. Yeah, about the home
everything everything that every like starchy food that he turns to alcohol, pure alcohol goes to his blood, and
he can get hangovers.
And he said that his life is terrible because he has to eat pure he can't vegan foods. Yeah.
He wasn't born with it though, was he?
No, it developed in teenager years.
He was saying that when he was a teenager, suddenly he was like a straight A student.
Yeah,
and then he started.
And an athletic, he was very athletic as well, and he completely lost it. And he said that he has a girlfriend and all, and she has to change her diet so they won't influence him. But he said that he can't eat bread, pasta, pizza. All he eats is nuts, vegetables, all that kind of stuff.
A lot of people are joking, say, "Oh, you're lucky."
It would be terrible. It'd be terrible because imagine though, just having one sandwich at 11 o'clock in the morning and you're drunk.
But would it be one sandwich to get him drunk, or how much would he actually have?
I think he said one slice of bread is equal to 1 pint, is what he said.
Okay. You see the picture then?
You can eat certain amounts.
You can see the picture then they took of it.
Does he drink alcohol?
No, he doesn't. He says that. But
I'd say he hates. He just hates being drunk.
Did you see the
but
picture?
I wonder, for the laugh, does he ever just eat a few slices of bread?
Like when his friends come around, lads, want to see me eating?
But did you see the picture they took of him? And they're all in a pub and they're all drinking, and then there's him just with a loaf of bread in his hand, and he's just. But I think that he said that in school, whenever he'd get cafeteria lunch, he just all of a sudden he'd just get really drunk and he'd be sent home, and the teachers had no idea why.
I'd say his mother accused him of going out drinking so much.
But that'd be so bad. Imagine how bad he felt about himself being blamed for getting drunk. But anyway, should we just move on topic now? So I think we discussed this guy for a bit too long.
What food? Okay, we're talking about food, Mandarin's food about it.
Yeah.
But Epic Meal Time, cool food things. They're getting their own TV show starting.
So they just have huge budgets.
Yeah.
What channel though do you think?
It's on FYS.
FX.
No, it's not FX. It's FY something.
Loads of YouTubers are starting to get TV shows.
Yeah.
You know Eddie Farm from Vice? Now he just has a TV show called Snack Off.
Really?
Just on MTV, and just for no reason they picked him as the host.
I love Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah.
He's does so much stuff. He's a published author and everything.
Really?
It's crazy.
Yeah, remember in the episode he brought his book to his grandfather's ashes in just this big giant ash housing warehouse.
He has another TV show as well coming out on MTV, so that'll be 2 TV shows. Vice. He's an author. He has his own clothing line. He's sponsored by Nike.
His clothes, he just wears the most brightest, colourful clothes, and he's just in a Mongolian farm.
Yeah, it's weird.
How long do you think cable TV will last?
Cable
TV.
No one here. We don't call it.
Okay, just TV. How do you think?
I don't even really watch television.
We got rid of Sky.
I watch all my shows.
I watched Game of Thrones on TV because my dad watches it too.
Yeah.
So he wanted me to watch it with him, so I just did.
But
if I had HBO Go, which we can't get because we live in America, I would just
America.
watch
Because we live in America.
We don't live in America.
We don't live
But
in America.
do you think we'll ever get HBO or any of those channels?
No.
Well, Sky Atlantic shows all the good stuff from HBO.
Yeah.
I suppose. But
None of the Vice stuff though.
do you think?
I don't think Vice is.
I'd say 20 years ago they had these big ideas that instead of TVs, as in obviously there's some around, but as in take up those things that come up in front of you and you move them around your fingers. Holograms. People 20 years ago holograms would be the way forward, even though the internet.
I really want hologram.
There is some.
Yeah, but not to the public. That no one just goes, here I'm buying a 32-inch hologram
That's
tomorrow.
projecting onto a film of gas in the air.
the 2-pack hologram.
Oh yeah. Everyone was like, "Oh, Tupac is definitely alive. This is proof." That's how I was like, "No, he's it's look at 1417. It's look at 1417. That number is death day or whatever."
You should do that for your 18 just hire one of those holograms and have Tupac singing in the
Oh no,
garden.
there's another Chris going around. There's two Chris's that are walking around.
Or a whole hologram like
Imagine how much people come to
concert
that.
and all.
If you get involved with holograms at all, you make loads of money. There's guys and they made a smartwatch, and all it does is project the time onto your hand like a hologram. Like a
Cool,
hologram.
that's kind of good.
Like it's pretty cool, but
Yeah.
it's not exactly
Yeah,
really
it's not high
futuristic.
tech, like, yeah.
People were going crazy over it. Like, oh my god, this is so.
What time
Like
is
the
this?
movie.
What time is
Remember
this?
that
Look at
phone
the
though that
time.
has a built-in projector? You ever see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I really
never-
wanted
that. Never
That's a
took off.
Yeah,
Samsung.
it
My,
didn't take off,
my
but it was
sister
good.
had that. It was actually cool.
Yeah, I saw
You
it
can get
in
one.
Manhattan Point.
Yeah,
They were
so-
doing demos of it.
You can get ones as well that just plug into your phone as well.
Do you remember that ads that was fake that they said iPhone 6 like back like in 2012?
They're always
With
And it was like
every
you
iPhone.
type the button and a keyboard like a hologram came in front of you.
There
just
are
type it.
keyboards like that.
Yeah,
though.
but it's not for an iPhone 6 in
Yeah.
fairness. And
But they look
everyone's
cool.
like, oh my god,
There's
can't
actually-
wait to
it's
get
like
it.
iPhone 6 stuff. Like
the
Sapphire
Yeah.
stab proof.
no, but
Oh,
it's
it's
not
like-
arrow proof. They yesterday a guy shot it with a compound bow and they couldn't even find all.
How
the
much
pieces
would an
of it.
iPhone 6 cost?
700.
Too much.
Same as all the
I
other
think
phones.
I'm getting an iPhone like 4 on Friday because my uncle just doesn't. He's getting a new phone, so I just said I can have it. So I know it's better than
ridiculous.
my one, but it's an iPhone 4.
We had a whole conversation on a podcast
But
about the
you,
phone you're getting.
Yeah.
It records in 4K.
Didn't you say you're not getting fun? You're getting a TV.
Yeah, but this is for free. I'm just gonna take the iPhone. Yeah,
free iPhone.
I'm just gonna take the iPhone.
but I'm getting a TV as well. I already sent you the link of the one I want to get.
They're
Toshiba
a sensible
32 inch.
size.
32 inch.
Yeah.
It's good size.
Better get it soon. It's on sale.
Yeah, no, I'll probably be getting it next week or two.
Mm.
It's been on that price for about a month, so I'm not worrying about
It's a
it.
whole new experience.
You see, the TV I have is one of those big. You know what it's like.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
a
a
black
massive
light.
one about this
Oh
like.
yeah, the black.
What they call
and
it?
it's like 18 inches or something.
Yeah, you're gonna love the difference.
Like I can remember playing Skyrim. You can't, do you know that stuff that comes up in the left corner?
Yeah.
You can't see any of those things like River Run discovered. You just can't. You don't know where you are or what you're getting. So
Yeah, up in my dad's house we have it's in the sitting room. We have a crappy TV, and I like played Skyrim on it once.
oh, it's
and
terrible.
it's like, I haven't played Xbox on it since. It's just terrible. You can't even read any of the
No,
writing
it's
on
it's
any
all
of it.
like really like tight in and everything. But I'm looking forward to getting a new TV. I can like play Skyrim properly, so I know where I am and what I'm getting.
It's the same if you don't use a HDMI cable. I remember playing GTA before, and the HDMI cable just unplugged, and just all the writing was pixelated, and I couldn't read anything that I was popping out. Right, there's so much difference. Just
GTA is meant to be played on a flat screen though, as in it's not like I
Yeah.
played on my big fat TV.
Did you see the next gen version of it? Did you see
GTA.
the trailer for that?
for
Yeah.
PC.
Yeah, and next
Oh.
gen.
What's
Yeah.
the difference? Is there any
It
difference?
looks way
the
better.
graphics
graphics
quality.
are much better.
I was thinking of getting a PS4 next summer. I probably will save up
Spy
for next
PC.
summer.
I haven't even thought about
Neither do I don't even want them at all.
Here Netflix on to bring 4K streaming now.
Yeah, but most people
They've had it for a while.
I know,
Don't even
you
have
don't
4K
fix-
television.
You can
Well,
only get
you
it
use it with
on
the PS4.
some 4K TVs. You're only allowed on some 4K TVs. It's like LG, I think it is. That they kind of made a deal with them, so this TV will get 4K content, and not like the cheap 4K ones that you can buy.
But
like-
doesn't the PS4 support 4K video? So
It
if you had
does, I
a,
think.
Yeah,
so
but
if
not
you had a
gaming,
4K TV and a PS4, couldn't you just do that?
It mightn't be set up properly for
Did-
that.
The games.
Because
Xbox-
I can run like a lot higher than
Go on.
1080. Like then I'm allowed.
4K.
It won't let me on my TV. So
Yeah.
it's like
Xbox already came out and said they're working on a Xbox 2. Do you see that?
No, just a slimmer version of the Xbox One.
No, but as in this is a
And
one
actually
that's coming out
coming
in like
Xbox 2.
2020 or something. They already said they're working on it. It's basically all they had was showed the picture of the Xbox One and then next Xbox 2, and then it was by I can't even remember who made it, but it was some gaming type place, or some gaming people posted it. Like I don't know how you'd explain it. But
How reliable were the people that posted it?
they're reliable enough. I can't even remember what it's called, but as in, I look it up. We look it up, and if it's real, we'll come back to you next week. But if it's not, we won't mention
Pretty
it.
terrible name to be honest.
Xbox.
Xbox One, like, and now Xbox Two.
Xbone.
Xbox.
Yeah.
I think it took 1, 2, 3 was kind of. I know it's obviously not trademarked by PS3 since they're or PlayStation, but I think that they're just trying to copy PlayStation now.
By naming it Xbox.
I know the numbers aren't trademarked,
Same
but
thing. It's PlayStation.
Numbers. I don't think.
Yeah.
I just said they're not trademarked.
It's like saying PlayStation is copying Lord of the Rings.
Or iPads or
Or every
iPhones.
single sequel game ever made.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but how long do you think before consoles are just like completely gone? Like
Never.
No,
they're still gonna be there, but like before they come, like
There's
really
always gonna
unpopular.
be-
PC could
PC
take
would
over.
take
Well,
over,
actually,
the kind of people that play FIFA are never gonna play
Yeah.
games.
But,
game consoles will
Agreed.
become PCs.
yeah, they're slowly going away from just games.
Yeah.
Like the PS2, that was just games. The PS3 brought
go
in
Netflix.
internet and
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
like that.
They're
And now the
becoming
PS4 and Xbox,
One.
they've got all the TV streaming and stuff. They're
Yeah.
becoming kind of like PC.
Xbox recently enough, because before you had to have your gold subscription to watch Netflix on Xbox 360. Now you don't.
That's good.
It's good, like, so you have to pay it.
Yeah, do you know how Xbox were like giving you all like premium stuff all of a sudden? PlayStation
You mean
gave
free
us
games?
free games, everything like that.
Not all of a
PlayStation-
sudden, they've been doing that with a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you know they got kind of like Xbox One soon and all this stuff. They started giving you new stuff and stuff like. PlayStation gave us nothing at all. We got
Well, when you
nothing.
got hacked,
No,
some stuff.
Yeah,
Chris,
you get some free stuff.
have you
then.
seen what you get with PlayStation Plus? You get like
Yeah, but I'm not paying
big
money.
Yeah, but they get it because they pay money.
I know.
But you
So
can
that's what we get.
Yeah,
fuck
but
all.
it's still PlayStation Plus still doesn't give as much as the
It
Xbox.
does.
I get proper big title games.
Are you on
for free.
PlayStation Plus?
No, I had it for like 2 months.
I don't have PlayStation, but like Xbox, you can really see it's trying to match Steam on deals. Like there's
Yeah.
always new deals,
deals.
and then
It-
it's actually good
Xbox
enough.
has more indie games and stuff like that.
No, I thought PlayStation 4 did because they
But I mean, like
open up completely.
PS3 has like no indie
Oh, yeah.
games.
Yeah,
Really.
and Xbox. Now the deals are coming out, like they're coming up with like
What?
70% off, and it's really good.
What game would you say that like most people wouldn't admit that is good, but you still loved it?
Leave opinion.
I actually,
Yeah,
I still play like even though I wouldn't buy a new one. I actually play like, do you know those WWE games? I've won like WWE 08 and I'm still playing it.
08 is the best one. I played them all. 08 is the best
And
one.
And those sell for like 99 cents
Yeah.
in shops.
And
Yeah.
I have like PES 06 or something, and I still played it. It's not even FIFA, but it's just I don't even like soccer. but
It's crazy how much the value of FIFA games.
I know.
Any sport
decreased.
game, it just goes
It's
down to
like
96
cents.
Yeah.
and
So, you know, it'll
Duty.
still be a good
Yeah, and Call of
game.
Duty
With
just
Call of
stay
Duty,
up
they
there.
just stay the same. Like if you go into buy
Yeah.
Black Ops
It
1,
takes
it's
a
still
long
like
time for
30.
them.
Call of Duty's dying though. In fairness,
Yeah.
as in it's
It was the third most popular selling of all
But yeah,
Call of
people
Duties.
still buy it.
In
Yeah.
Europe,
Every
it's
year
not
people
bad.
say, "Oh, I'm not buying it anymore." Then
Yeah,
until
I
they have
stopped.
But like
Don't
you
stop
know,
at
like there's
Black
some
Ops 2.
difference of Call of Duty like in back in 2010 than there, or 2008 than there is
it.
now.
People say Call of Duty 4 is their favorite. It's like, and they say it hasn't got
I
better.
don't-
I was just
But
playing
it
it.
has got
Yeah.
better. Like,
Modern Warfare 2 is my favorite.
Yeah,
So
same.
solid,
Or
yeah.
Black
Modern
Ops.
Warfare 3 is my favorite.
Modern Warfare 2 now, every 5th server is.
I stopped. Okay, I can remember. My last one I actually bought was Black Ops 1, and after that I didn't get any more.
I got Black Ops 2.
What was that like
Same.
compared to Black Ops 1? Better or worse?
grand.
It's
I-
just in the future, really.
I don't know. The guns kind of feel weird. In Black Ops
I'm not a
2.
big fan of Black
I
Ops
prefer
2.
Black Ops and Modern Warfare.
Mm.
By far.
Yeah,
Modern
No.
Warfare 2 and 3.
yeah. I find
I prefer the Modern Warfare like gun physics and stuff like that.
yeah. The first time ever today I played Call of Duty 4 on PC, and it just looks so much nicer. And I wasn't really good at it because
Did you see there's some crazy mods for Call of Duty 4 on PC? Like
Yeah.
there's whole new Star Wars maps with laser guns.
Same
and
for World of War.
Did you see the
Yeah.
Skyrim Star Wars mods?
No.
You can just make Skyrim to basically Star Wars, and it's just lightsabers instead of everything, and the moon is like a Death Star, everything like that.
that's the best thing about PC is just you can mod everything.
I really
Yeah.
want is just I know there's a few mods for Game of Thrones for Skyrim out there. But I
Yeah.
just want a complete storyline of Game of Thrones in Skyrim.
That'd be
I
It's
I
like just Skyrim is has the perfect just everything.
I saw
for
something
Game
cool
of
the other
Thrones.
day. Imagine the Pokemon game with like Skyrim.
No, I don't.
Or imagine, okay, this might sound really stupid now, but imagine this. Imagine a Harry Potter world with Skyrim based. That would be
But,
so
like,
cool.
that'd be class.
Well,
It would be.
If they should make a game.
You can probably say anything
No,
with
yeah.
Skyrim because Skyrim's just such an
PlayStation
open
2
game.
version of Harry Potter that had a map where you could
Pretty
free
similar.
roam.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, you start
As
off in
big as
year
Skyrim.
1, you get sorted, and it just goes up and
Oh,
up. That'd
yeah,
be class.
So you know what I want one day, like for computers and stuff to be good enough for like kind of almost realistically sized
well, they will
towns.
be eventually.
because
like,
the towns in Skyrim are really, really tiny.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But the world
When
is so big. I
The
There's
think.
world's
supposed to
big,
be-
but I want big towns.
But like I just
you're gonna
wish
have to
that-
wait a while for that.
In fairness, Oblivion.
amazing
Have you ever
it'd
played
be.
Oblivion?
Yeah.
Imperial City, that was a big city, in fairness.
Yeah.
It was very big.
That
The
game.
really old Elder Scrolls game, I think it's Daggerfall.
Yeah.
That
That's
map is
free.
it's like one of the biggest maps ever made.
It's free on PC.
They made Morrowind. Do you remember the third Into Oblivion graphics? I'd like if they made Oblivion the game into Skyrim graphics, because Oblivion, if it had Skyrim graphics, it could be just as good as. The only thing that puts me off is the fighting in this is basically just like same movement of the sword. Know what I mean? Just slash, and sneak attacks and all that were just like slash from behind.
Well, they might add new animations and stuff if they did that.
Yeah, I'd like if they just made it into kind of a more modern game.
I never really like free roam games.
I actually love them.
Yeah, me too.
I never played them.
When I was a kid, I would just walk around endlessly.
What I'd end up doing is I'd leave this like the main story for ages, and I'd end up just doing a side quest.
I think The Simpsons here.
Oh, that was the
that
best.
kind of felt
So
free.
good.
That was pretty
That's
free.
free.
roam.
Okay, I like that one.
What's the name of that racing game, man? I think it's got the biggest map of any game. It takes 2
Few.
hours.
Yeah.
It takes 2 hours to drive from one corner of the map to the
That
other.
came out recently, did it?
No,
Or
it
is
came
not
out
a-
a few years ago.
No, they stopped selling it recently.
Oh,
Why?
right.
I have no idea.
What was that
They're
game?
working on second one, so they probably just want to hold
They
back.
just stopped all the
Yeah.
servers and everything. You can't even download off
Yeah,
Steam.
but there'll be dedicated servers and stuff.
Yeah, some of them have to mod it to release it. Like you can't download it anywhere on any torrent site.
What was that game you were telling me before that got like banned in this country or something? Manhunt or
Manhunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's released on the Wii.
It's on the Wii.
The Wii is like the most child-friendly like console there is, and Manhunt is on
It's
it.
not
How
banned
did I get
anymore.
on it?
Yeah, it's unbanned.
But
How to get on it? Like, how to get banned?
It's just 'cause it's
you
so
basically-
I said the
game.
game is okay. You go after like it's like hide and seek, but you have weapons, and when you catch the person, you kill them with that
But
weapon,
they're
like
all
a hammer or
innocent
chainsaw.
people, and it's
Yeah.
just brutally murdering them.
But sure, Modern Warfare 2 was it that mission?
Oh,
where-
no
yeah.
Russian.
Russian.
That was all over the
They-
news
you got
and
it.
everything.
They let that be legal because at the start of the game,
It
Yeah,
takes-
I didn't notice it the second
Yeah.
time I played it. It says
Really?
there's an extremely gory mission in this.
Yeah, and
do
you
you
can-
want to play it or not? And you have to press yes.
Yeah.
And you can go through the mission
No,
of
the thing
killing
is, yeah,
any innocent
you
people.
don't
You don't
have
even have
to.
to kill the police.
And at the end, you cannot. You have to die, even if you run away from the van. He
Yeah,
shoots
that's
you. I was like, no.
But did any not shoot people?
I'm going to be honest. I did.
I kill everyone.
Yeah.
At the
And
start,
I enjoy it. I enjoy
the
it.
first time I did it, I wanted to finish the campaign as quick as I could, so I just skipped that
Just
mission.
plowing.
It was pretty fun though.
felt
I'll
kind
be
of-
I
honest.
thought that
Yeah.
game was a major step up from like the one before. Wait, what game was that in again?
World of War one of the best stories.
Yeah.
No,
that
but
was
as in,
so
I
good.
know, I'm talking about stuff you can do. Like I can remember those like claws that climbing up the ice mountain.
Ah,
Yeah, that
But
was
all of
Modern
them, they're
Warfare
way,
2,
like they're so
No.
scripted. All of that in Call of Duty games.
yeah.
But people get so excited for
Four
the
stack.
ski riding and all that.
Who was your favorite character from Call of Duty?
I
don't know.
I don't even know the names.
Soap
yeah.
was pretty cool. I liked him.
I never got immersed in the story.
But
I haven't been
Yeah,
a single
yeah.
player of any of them.
For Ghosts at the story I got it and I traded in after I finished the story, but you play the story and then the last mission is basically just a cliffhanger. They just basically leave it open for a second Ghost game.
But what Modern Warfare 2 brought was the really good creator class.
Oh yeah.
Before that, it was all kind of just shitty, really.
I don't know, World of War.
That was
They
great.
got a lot
Really
more.
like that.
No, in Modern Warfare 2 they had a lot more kill streaks. You can pick your kill streak actually.
World
Which
at
is
War,
a
the
lot.
MP4. Was
One of the best things about
40.
World at War and Black Ops is the zombies. Anyway, I love that.
Yeah, now
Aliens.
I
and
think
Ghost.
Black
Is it
Ops 2
Aliens and Ghost.
Yeah.
I think Black Ops 2 has the
Kill
worst
aliens
zombies.
instead of zombies and Ghost.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Is that how's that?
I don't know, I didn't really play much for that.
I don't like this.
I just played online until I got like level 5 and then I just said I'll finish the storyline in like 3 days and trade them.
Oh.
And like it got €7 less than I paid for it for trading it.
That's actually good.
alright.
Usually GameStop just like completely rip you off.
I brought the
Because-
game back the next day.
Yeah, I bought the game.
Because
I
I
bought-
used it, I got like €25 less.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's-
usually what they do.
It was £60 on GameStop. I was only 45 in Supermarket, so I bought it there. And then CEX, they gave me 38 for it.
Yeah,
like, 2
CX
weeks
actually
later.
give you a fair deal for
They're very picky.
But I don't get it.
It
It's
is-
like
yeah,
mark
any
at
scratches
all.
they reduce it. Like
GameStop and stuff. The prices are like way higher than Tesco.
Yeah.
So like, remember I ordered
Strange.
GTA
Yeah.
from Amazon, and it was on like it was quicker for me to go to Tesco and get it, so I just cancelled my order on
Yeah, I
Amazon.
did.
Well,
the thing about
Strange.
Tesco is they don't lower the prices.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like you'll go in and Modern Warfare 4 would be still €50 or something. They
Yeah.
don't.
But no, that's
lower
an
them
all-
at
But
all.
still, I'm reluctant to buy from Tesco for some reason. There's something about it I just
It's
don't
just-
like
it's
buying
everything-
my games.
you
yeah.
just- it
Better
seems
for buying
cheap.
games.
I honestly can't remember the last time I bought from GameStop. Like,
I
don't
whenever
buy
you
games.
try-
I've bought used games there.
Yeah.
I've never.
I've tried that, and then they're
never.
like, "Are you 15?" Like, yeah. They're like, "Oh, you need ID."
Do you know?
Oh, so
do you know when we
I've
go away
never
to
even
Scouts
pre-ordered a game.
with games?
I
Do you know
don't see the
game shops
point.
when you go away to Scouts?
you are the only person I know that bought them.
Yeah, but
What?
I will never buy a game if it's over like €7. Even though it's stupid, it's like no, that's way too much. Even though here I'd be like, oh, that's class. You know what I mean? But anyway,
I think it's going way towards digital now though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Than actual physical copy.
What would be
But I
your
like having a physical
Yeah.
copy.
It's
It's
just
nice
so much-
seeing a stack.
so
of
much
them.
easier, just like clicking into a folder and then just
Yeah.
using it from there. Though.
Yeah, but I think it's less like it seems like less likely to work. It's like if you have a physical copy, put it in, it'll work.
Yeah.
You know this, but if like you might have
You
downloads.
can
and
scratch a
like that.
physical copy then. You
Yeah.
can't scratch a digital
In
copy.
okay,
I like
Yeah.
cucumbers.
Well, I love burping.
I love chili
Ah, right.
more than cucumbers. Yes.
Any like dog food.
No.
Dry
I
dog
remember
food
when we were away on the holidays at Rish bought dog
not
food
in Germany.
and we were all
Oh my
eating
god! Yeah, we
It was
actually
lovely.
were. It
You
was.
got-
It
you got
tastes like
10
beef jerky.
10 sticks of it for 80 cents and it tastes like beef jerky. It was
But
lovely.
you know you can buy them chocolate buttons for dogs.
Yeah.
can
What's
buy-
the difference between that?
you
and
can
It's
buy-
not real chocolate. Because
Buy
real chocolate,
Dogs can't eat chocolate.
Yeah.
You can buy
My
beer for
great-grandmother.
dogs.
Do they actually get drunk?
Sell it up in Cork, I don't know.
It would be cool just to be with your dog and just like giving it a bit of beer. Here's
Have
your beer,
you
buddy.
ever been with a drunk dog?
No.
No.
Their nana's dog used to always steal beer.
They react to drink a lot easier. Like they
Yeah,
a lot less.
They
That's because their body mass is
just
way less.
stumble around the place. Or I saw a video of a dog that had just eaten a lot of mushrooms, and it was just like it'd stare into the sky, and then it would just like run at something that's not there and start playing with it, and then it'd just stop again. It looked funny.
Yesterday a bird flew right into our window and it was just on the floor like shaking, so we picked up and put it inside a shoebox and put some bread in with it or some crap like that, and it just stood up. I walked over to the wall of the shoebox and just stared into the window shaking
Oh god.
and just stayed
Did
there.
it die?
I don't know, it's-
Must
You
be
don't
very
know. It's
nice.
locked in a box.
I saw no, like my stepdad was there with it, and then I was like, alright.
Must have been very disorientated.
It was
Just not know
Yeah.
what's going on.
happened to us while we were like cutting down a tree, and just a nest in there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and because it went down and we found an egg on the floor, and then we kind of like shit, was there a nest in there, and we found a nest, and there was shitloads of I think I'm blank.
Eggs.
No,
Birds.
baby birds.
Yeah. Right.
There's loads of baby birds just around the place, and they're like they didn't even have feathers or anything.
Oh, geez.
So they all die.
Colin killed them all.
We like put it back in the nest and put it back up in the
But
tree.
did the mother not come back? Or?
I think
Yeah,
it
when
went
once
back.
you
No, that is a bullshit myth.
That is actually a myth. That
Yeah,
is,
that's
they say that it's
bullshit,
bullshit.
like.
are you sure?
Yeah,
Yes.
think about it. You touch a nest, and then the mother doesn't. Why wouldn't the mother
No,
come
no,
back?
it does
Or
more
just-
than touching it. If you like interfere,
But why wouldn't the
Why
mother
would
come
she
back?
care?
Oh no, something's wrong with the nest.
but it's not. They're not human beings. So how do you know? Like, have you ever been in the
But
mines?
they
of a
still
mother
go away
bird?
and hunt for food, and they get food for it. So they obviously care for their babies, like.
Yeah, but maybe,
If the wind interferes
Like
with that,
if
they
they're
won't
gonna
go near.
go hunt and do shit like that for their
But
baby
something
birds,
animals
why
have-
would they just leave it as soon as
But
they saw
if,
something different?
if they have
about
a baby that's like deformed, they just reject it and it
Yeah.
dies straight
Instantly.
away. So they do have
They're
something.
cruel.
Natural selection.
Yeah.
That's why you never see like deformed animals.
there's this
Or,
sea,
like,
there's this
erasing.
tiny little sea creature, right? It's so lousy that once the male carries the children, right? But what he does is he mates with the best looking female he can find, right? But do you know if there's not very much of their kind there, he'll just mate with the first female he sees, right? But on the way when he's pregnant, if he sees a nicer looking female, the like unborn little fishes inside him, he'll eat them so he can be stronger, and then mate with that fish because she's
Is that
better looking.
seahorses?
No, it's a
The
different
male,
kind.
male seahorses
Yeah.
are the ones that carry.
it. So whatever that species is, they're like
Yeah.
superior.
Yeah.
Like,
What's the other one? I think it's slugs can like become female if there's no females
Yeah,
around.
I heard that.
Clownfish can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why that's like messed up
Oh
finding
yeah,
Nemo.
but Nemo's.
Yeah.
What?
Like
what's
There's a fact that male clownfish, if their wife dies, can turn into females.
Oh,
to
right.
take
Mate,
care of
mate.
you
their
ever see the
children.
one? I think it's a sea creature as well, and they both have penises, and they both like fight with
Yeah,
their
yeah.
penises,
and they
and
lose
whichever
it.
one loses gets the penetration, gets
Think
pregnant.
about this.
Oh,
Do you know the Lion
that's
King?
weird.
The film.
There.
Yeah.
Do Do you remember the story to the Lion King?
No.
Basically, it's good. Do you know Simba, that main fella? His girlfriend, right? Think about it. There's only 2 male lions in the pack. His uncle and his dad, and there's so many females. That means his girlfriend is either his half sister or his cousin.
Well, only you think it accurate. Only you think it accurate.
I saw it on the. What's the thing about ruining childhood? There's a Facebook page like I just ruined your childhood or something like that. But
That's a creative name.
yeah, but something like that.
You wouldn't go on that. Like I just ruined your childhood.
You just click on. You have to be interested to see. But
You don't ruin your childhood.
yeah, it ruined my childhood. Well, that specific part.
That doesn't ruin my childhood. I don't care.
Didn't you say foxes?
Yeah.
Aren't foxes man into incest?
And you have to kill them all.
Oh no, that's not how it goes.
Go on.
That's what you
Explain,
get.
Chris.
Fox desperate.
You spread them. You make them run so they
Yeah,
won't.
but if they don't run away, they will.
They can't. They will always run away.
No, but
You said you kill
if you don't
We've
chase
never
them, they won't run away. So do they have sex with their brothers and sisters?
I don't know. I've never seen them do it.
But you said that's why. You
No, but listen. Okay, any animal. Okay, humans obviously don't. Well, I
Some
hope
do.
humans don't anyway. But listen.
You know Meerkat Manor?
Yeah.
In that there was no other, like, there was a brother and sister meerkat, and there was no other, like, partners there, so they had to have babies together.
Okay.
Now, Mark,
Go on with that. I was watching a video yesterday about the 5 weirdest penises
As
in
you
the
do,
animal
like,
world.
yeah.
As you do. Okay.
Typical
did you
man.
type that in?
Penises.
No, it was. I
Weird
watched.
penises.
There was one video which was recommended for me, and then that video came off that
So
video.
you like weird penises?
No, it was like
seen
top.
this?
It was top 5 weirdest like disease or something, and then that video was recommended or something like that. And then that video was recommended on that video. Yeah.
I don't know why I was so reluctant in saying that.
Yeah, okay. I had to get it done with. But there was, I think the weirdest one was a squid that, it's a very lazy squid.
Oh, I know about this.
Penis comes off of it, and then, like,
He goes away to die
mates
afterwards.
with the female, and then he goes away and dies.
That's
while
his
penis.
One of his
He's
penises.
still alive.
One of his legs is its penis. As when he's born, he chooses which leg he wants to be his penis. When he's mating for the first time and the last time,
It's only
he breaks off the leg and swims away to
That's the
die.
same with the wasps as well. They die when they have sex.
Yeah.
When they orgasm, they just
Yeah,
die.
and then there's one. The different one is.
traumatizing that is for the.
So what? Did the octopus just like aim its leg and just like?
I think
Yeah,
it goes
no.
into it and then leaves.
That's
You know the duck, okay?
The duck. Okay, the
they
a
really-
duck has a spiral penis.
Yeah, and it's 17 inches long, right?
If
And
you straighten it all out.
the woman duck has 3 like vaginas, right? And 2 of them are dead ends, so there's a 1 in 3 chance to get her pregnant.
And then
hell's
so
the point?
weird.
okay.
I know.
Here's a different one.
conversation.
Yeah, there was
we fucking move with
okay.
it.
I have last one. Just tell you start with 3 vaginas. The kangaroo, female kangaroo, has 3 vaginas, so you can get 3.
You can.
No, they can get
Be like
they
cheating
can
from
they can be
between us.
pregnant and get pregnant 2 more times. It's weird.
When what?
They can
They
have
can-
3 fetuses
They can be
inside them.
yeah,
They
but
can
at
only
different
fit
times.
one inside their pouch, yeah?
They can they can have when one gets born, they can have another one, like another fetus inside them, and then get pregnant again.
Do you ever,
So
did
it's
you ever
weird.
see that video of the kangaroo, like in a fight, like a UFC fight against a
Yeah.
human? Oh my god, he basically killed a human.
Yeah.
The kangaroo was like chained up, and the fella obviously thought it was going to be an easy fight. Then the kangaroo just started boxing him and like knocked him out
Oh.
cold.
There was like, was it a monkey as well against a UFC fighter?
Like
It was an ape or
Chim?
something, wasn't it?
or what?
Yeah,
chimpanzee.
yeah.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure the
They
UFC
could
fighter.
rip-
might have
rip
won.
his
Okay.
face off.
I've seen a different video. It was a chimp versus a sumo wrestler in a tug of war fight, and they put like a huge pile of mud in the middle, just so the chimp would jump across and start attacking him. But the chimp, he weighed I think a quarter of the weight of a sumo fighter, and he was
Beat him
literally
up
just
sick.
he was just sitting there, just holding onto the rope. And then the guy was pulling, he wasn't even moving. And the chimp just got like, after about 20 seconds, just pulled and the sumo wrestler went flying. It was fucking
Why would
funny.
you want to be a sumo wrestler? I'm
There was-
sorry, but why? would you?
Well, it's kind of a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Like you're raised.
What
It's-
if you were
it's
already obese? You may as well
No,
just
it's
do it.
almost
Some of
religious
them
there.
are
Like,
obese,
yeah.
so they have a different weight class. Did you see when Carol Pilkington did it? He just went there and they're like, okay, you're sumo wrestling today, and just made him go on the giant nappy and fight.
Do they always have to fight in a giant nappy?
Yeah.
And
But what happens that like rips apart? Like it looks very flimsy.
but
They're not, they're really
it's
strong.
a
It's loads
curtain.
of cotton.
So
yeah.
That's how you won't
It's
get
really
that.
thick.
so
It's
thick.
maybe it's like I've seen on like the really small like the sumo fighters. It's huge. It goes out to
Yeah,
yeah,
really,
when
like,
they
it's like
Takeshi's
3 or 4
Castle.
inches
You
out
ever
on
see
them.
the sumo wrestling on Takeshi's Castle?
Oh, that
And
was
they
the
just
best
have,
show
like,
ever.
You pick like the weight class,
Yeah.
and then there'd just be this tiny
It
skinny
was
guy.
so
Yeah.
weird though.
I love to get.
I love
Yeah.
that maze. Remember the maze?
Yeah.
You get around, and the
Uh,
guys
and
would come after.
in
around.
oil, or they're covered in
That
oil.
part
or
at the
something.
end never made sense, where they drive around.
Yeah, and
shooting
they always
And they
lost.
Always
yeah,
lost.
never won.
The guys had overpowered warguns and they had little squirrely.
And
And they're weak actually. What competition was it? Right,
Oh, it was Ninja Warrior, American
Oh,
Ninja
yeah.
Warrior.
Yeah.
I was watching American Ninja Warrior. It looked so much harder than the.
But
yeah,
the
the
first
original
ever woman
Ninja
got through to the
Yeah.
final, wasn't it?
No, first ever one. Yeah, I think she could finally got through the final, but she was training for ages, and I think it was her husband was one of the first people ever to win the overall.
Yeah.
But one of the challenges were you get there's like a platform going up like this, across and then down,
And it's
with,
like-
with hooks on it, and you've a ring, and you're like above in the air, and you have to move one ring to the other ring, and then move it over, and keep moving it over until you get all the way down, and it looks so difficult. And she was like 5 foot, so she had to swing for one of them and like grab on, and she was holding on by one hand for like 10 seconds. It
Can
was
I hear
fucking crazy.
shows like that, how they try to bring the personality of the people in it into the show? Like Total Wipeout USA, I hate the
Oh,
presenters.
I know.
And the
it's
interviews
forced
behind
acting.
it are just so
Yeah, but
cringy.
Ninja Warrior's grand because it's just a guy literally saying who's coming up next.
Yeah, like that's grand, but like when they try to be funny, they're not. And like, what's the show Pawnsters? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just trying
Yeah.
to make that into a
all
reality
that
show,
stage
yeah.
like as well.
Is
Yeah.
that? Do you know that thing show that's so fake? That garage.
Storage Wars.
Storage
I love
Wars. And
Storage Wars.
there's always the same fellas, and they're always arguing. And
Yeah.
Didn't one of the guys
Find a dead
left
body.
come out and
He
say
left and then
Everybody
he said,
knew that
and then he
anyway.
said it's fake even though everyone knew.
and
Yeah,
once
Yeah, they plant stuff in the
I heard
Yeah.
before, even though it's obviously a setup if it's fake, I always thought
Still
it was
like
true
watching it.
that they found
Yeah,
a
it's
dead
fake.
body in one of the garages. But if it's fake, then it's
You know
obviously.
was it an arm or
This-
something?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's one. I was watching one episode a few days ago, and there's an explosion in it, and it's the fakest explosion I've ever seen. Literally, they open the door, and then a few seconds later, poof, and everybody runs,
What?
and it just looks so bad.
Well, I
Like,
love an adult.
the explosion is like off the door.
But
It
imagine
hasn't
how
gone
hard it
door.
would to be to make a good TV show if they didn't plant stuff.
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
it.
but what they don't even try. Once they say, "Okay, we found the good stuff," they just make it so fake. Like
I know.
they just leave stuff worth a few $100s just out there. And they just
Yeah,
drive away.
And do you ever
Oh, I
see?
happen to know this guy that's an expert in this.
Yeah, and you see the other fat fella in it who gets excited over everything,
Mhm.
and he found like this marble tiny little figure, and he's like, "Oh my god, this has to be worth $30." That's what he was like.
Oh, no,
Is
there
Are
was
we,
one
is
with
this
the
Storage
nails.
Wars or Storage
Yeah,
Hunters?
This
No,
is
that's
an
George
original
Ward. And it was-
Nintendo. What was it, DS or something?
Yeah.
And it was actually.
I remember the guy that hit the redneck that found all the guns. Did you see that episode?
Yeah.
And at the end, he was like, "Oh, I can't wait to get this store, bring this to the gun store, get about 30 grand off this." He goes in, and the guy goes, "You know, this is an illegal firearm." He's like, "What?" He goes, "I could arrest you for this." And then he goes, "Wait, no, I found it." And then he was like, "I'm going to have to confiscate the gun off you."
saw
And he
that-
just took the gun off him, and it was
I
worth
saw that in
30,000.
Pawnsters. There, a guy brought in a gun.
As legal.
Yeah, but then there was a trailer. Not trailer. There's like an ad break, and they kind of showed like, oh, what's the gun? And they're making it seem like the gun that the guy had brought in was like illegal, and that they
I
had to
saw
call the
that
police.
too.
And then
actually,
it
yeah.
went down, and it was
Yeah.
completely legal, and they bought it off.
They always do that. They always just give the worst cliffhangers ever that
Yeah,
have
but
nothing
like,
to do with it.
This could be worth $1 million, and
Yeah.
it turns out it was a fake.
But speaking of bad hosts, have you seen the new Equals 3 host?
He's like a
No,
kid.
Yeah, but
Really,
you
what?
can tell
He's a
he,
new-
He's a new guy.
he emphasizes on every single.
That's what Ray William
word.
Johnson does.
Yeah, but he just pisses
They
me
should have
off.
got
I bet you if
They
you
all
looked at
piss
the
me
earlier
off.
ones,
Even
What's
Ray
the
William
Mexican guy? There
Oh,
was there's
I
one
love-
time-
I love his
Iglesias.
I love
No,
his
there was-
shows.
Yeah, there was one time where Ray William Johnson went for like 2 weeks and he had
Yeah.
a different
He
host
was
every
good.
day.
Yeah.
And he was good, but all the other
Most of the
were
replacements.
terrible.
I love it. I think his name is.
I didn't know.
I think his comedy name's like Fluffy or something.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's the comedian.
Yeah,
Remember
he's
Ray William
really
Johnson?
He's like pretty big
Yeah.
and he's like
Yeah,
Mexican.
Carlos Iglesias.
But no,
Yeah,
look
he's
at this guy now. He's typical
Or
like
is it Dominic? I don't know.
American kind of bad actor. Just
What age?
Yeah, it's like forced acting. They're just
yeah,
trying to
he's
be like.
so forced.
Would
You
he be
can
like
tell he's
older than us, or is he just like around our age?
21.
Oh, okay. Totally.
They're just trying to be like really exciting.
Yeah.
It's very annoying.
Well,
It's like something that would appeal to kids.
how many shows has he done?
Yeah.
Two.
Yeah,
I
it's
go
like
watch.
it's
I-
getting- it
I
would be
uns-
hard to
I
replace
guess.
Ray
But
William
did-
Johnson
yeah.
after doing
Did
it
I
for so
he
long.
unsubscribed.
finish like a few months ago?
Yeah.
He said he wasn't.
Yeah,
They were
he
doing
still doesn't.
the podcast for a good
Imagine the
while.
pressure on him. The like fan base that Ray
Jesus.
William Johnson has.
And they're
then
all
him
gonna
trying
be
to-
complaining.
Most
about
of the
it,
comments were, "Oh my god, I love him. He's so
Really?
cute." Oh my
Doesn't
God.
the new host won't he only get like 10 or 20% of all the profits because Raymond Johnson started?
That's still pretty good.
He is a managerial company and everything.
He's got a lot going on.
And sure, the script is written for your man. All he has to do is read it out.
He doesn't do
And
any of the
excited,
editing or
yeah.
it's about 20 minutes worth of just talking.
Shows up and just does that.
Well, I'd say he comes up with some of the ideas. He doesn't get come to the script, but he comes up with the ideas. Find
Like the first Ray William Johnson video, it was just him in his room and a camera, and now he's just got. He doesn't have. He just has to present.
Yeah.
Like, you ever
Everybody
see
does
Vsauce's first videos?
What's it
Yeah.
like?
He's so weird. He like does all gaming ones, but he's like fat and he has a big, huge beard and he's
Michael.
like, yeah, and he's so.
I love Vsauce.
Do you know Marquez Brownlee?
Who?
Now each video he has, he uses like 20 grand worth of equipment. But his first videos are like when he's 15 and he just videos every piece of technology he can have. Someone just linked one on Twitter and it's just him when he's 15 with it like 240p quality, and he's just like showing a review for a remote for a DVD player and stuff. And it's just pressing all the buttons and stuff. It's so
I really
terrible.
like.
Did
it.
you see that video about the guy that's doing the reviews of the deodorant? And he's going on for like, I changed deodorant and I was really disappointed with my choice. And it was like talking about how he sweats after an hour after using, and at the end of it, do you know in deodorant how there's like a cap to pull off to get the roll on?
Yeah.
He just opens it, and he for like 2 weeks he was rolling on a thing with the cap on, and he was like, please don't post this video online. The guy is doing the thing and he's like, I'm posting it. Oh, it's so funny.
I watched
Why would you do deodorant?
Just rubbing the dry.
Why would you review deodorant?
So there's no smell.
I
there's
know.
no-
I watched another guy. His channel's completely about aftershave, and he's like this huge back guy. And he has a 20-minute video showing tips on where to spray it, and he keeps all of his aftershave inside a mini fridge up in his room.
But you'll
This is
find
strange.
people who review anything. Like
Yeah.
this.
I saw a guy, he reviews beer. And I saw a thing and it's like live stream highlights.
Yeah, but
'cause he
review
done a
from
live
beer,
stream
that's-
for like
that's kind of
3
well.
hours where he drank beer and like told them. And the highlight was his wife coming in with his dinner. And he was like, hey honey, get on camera, come on, take a sip. And she drank some and he was like laughing.
But I'm
No,
subscribed to a
no.
guy and he just reviews elevators, and he knows like all their product names, and he's like riding the MXG20 in Taiwan shopping mall,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
like,
There's a
well,
really-
it's a pretty smooth ride, you know. Compared to the others, it's not so good.
There's a kid as well in America, and he's our age, and he has the world's largest vacuum cleaner collection. And he went on a TV show, and it was like a TV show for kids with talents, and like they announce his talent, and usually they go crazy because it's like can do backflip on unicycle or something. It's like, what do you have? Like the world's biggest vacuum collection. They're like, they took out 5 vacuums, and they blindfolded him, and they started hoovering with him, and they're like, which one is this? He's like, the VTX 620. And then they just like, wow, you know your vacuum. He just starts like rubbing them and stuff. Oh my god. this is
There's a person on YouTube. His name is the Beard Baron. He's like 50,000 subs or something, but he's like 6 videos of like weird. He's like how to like take do like
Get
fix
it out.
your beard, fix your beard and stuff. Like it's really weird, and I
Where you get your
really
tips from.
no, I really like
you
his
look
beard.
at
That's what I'm trying to grow on. It's extremely cool. It's like a full bushy beard with a handlebar
Yeah, the
mustache.
Harley one.
It's
When I think
extremely
of it.
nice.
You were saying about the guy who reviews elevators. You know Yilvis, the guys who did What Does the
Yeah.
Fox
Oh
Say?
Jesus.
They
I
just
hate
did a
the
prank
Fox,
video.
yeah.
I don't even know. I didn't know it was them until the end when they said subscribe to Yilvis. But they just basically a hotel gives them control of all the elevators and the intercom in the elevators, and they're just like, this is a disco elevator, and they're just like, which floor do you want to go to? And they just start playing lights and music and like up and down different floors, and then they do like, they start speaking in like Swedish to Americans and stuff, and they're like, which floor do you want to go to? And they're like 11, like basement received, and they just stick them in the basement. And then there's another one where they're like, you have to answer 20 questions to go up a floor and stuff. It's,
You ever see the one where they'll get somebody going with themselves in the elevator? They'll stop the elevator, turn off the lights, and
I
then when
discussed
the
this
lights turn
with
back
you.
on, there's a little girl.
I discussed
going
this
there.
with you.
That's
what it is.
That's
I'm very scared of
That'd be
an
terrible.
elevator stopping because you
Oh,
hear
it was
so
in-
many.
It
No,
stopped
like-
for me in America.
Yeah.
stopped
Yeah,
me
for how
before
long?
when I was like
It
7.
was like I'd say about 15
But I
minutes.
heard
waiting
about
there.
one, and he was stuck in there for like 3 days, and he went crazy.
There's
They couldn't get him out because he was stuck in an awkward part. Like,
When I think of people getting stuck in elevators, all I can think about is what happened in Street Life of Zack and Cody when the pregnant woman was giving birth.
oh yeah,
Inside there, and they had to like perform like what do you call that when they're what do you call it?
C6.
Yeah,
That's,
C6.
that's when they're cut
What?
open.
this topic.
We're just gonna cut open this pregnant lady.
No, what do you call it though? A proper, just giving birth. What does it?
Giving birth.
Giving birth. There's no proper.
No,
name
but
for
a
it.
doctor
Yeah,
isn't giving birth to the baby.
Delivering.
What? Delivering, yeah. They help deliver the baby. All I can remember is just think of that.
All right. Okay.
Amazing.
That was a good show.
It's terrible when you go to the
We
box.
always talk about this too.
What?
Sweet life and good shows.
Good shows. Yeah.
I started watching second season of Hemlock Grove.
Second season.
Yeah, it's a weird TV
Why did you
show.
watch the second season?
I wanted to start watching it because the logo looked cool.
It
Yeah.
does.
What's it even about?
It's about like vampires and a werewolf guy.
What?
Yeah,
I just
I
like
mean,
that's
the
kinda
werewolf
true,
guy
but-
is just like
Is it
he's just this
traditional
gypsy
or
cool guy. So that's
is
it.
it a traditional vampire werewolf story or is it kind of more like modern vampire werewolf story?
What?
I
You
might
know
have
what I'm
gone
on
to
about.
that.
Is it
That's
Why-
how
it's
that's how
Blue
they
Blood.
do it, yeah.
It's
Is
set
it-
in modern times.
But like, is
yeah.
it like Dracula
Is it-
vampire? Like
Or
No,
Twilight?
it's very dark. It's very
Okay,
dark.
it's Dracula.
Yeah.
okay.
I
Like,
might
the
move
guy,
on.
the vampire in it, he's trying not to kill people.
Yeah.
So he hires this old man, and he puts leeches. The old man puts leeches all over his body, and he leaves them there for like a day. And then the kid will come and buy all the leeches off him. and eat
What?
them.
Buy them or boil them?
Buy them, and then you eat them
Weird.
to get all the
So the
blood.
vampire's a kid.
Well, he's like 18, I think.
You'd
I
have
hate
heard
watching
it.
series when I don't have Netflix.
I don't.
I don't
I got
use
rid of it,
Netflix.
and
Why did you get rid of it?
I got it again, like, cause
I barely use it.
because I wasn't watching any TV shows, and then whenever I tried to start one, because do you know when you go and watch series? I'd watch a few episodes,
Yeah.
and the next day I'd forget what episode
No.
I'm on.
Showbox is
Showbox
basically
is
Netflix.
amazing.
No, it's not.
Like, you don't have to fuck around with links
Yeah.
or worry about fake links. You click it, you're straight in whatever quality you want.
I don't think I've ever got
This
a
year-
fake
I've done this twice this
no.
year and I hate it.
If you do it on tablet, you always get bad
What?
links.
You go on.
Do you know when like you watch a show and you think it's class, but then you just get sick of it? And I gave up
Give
twice.
extra.
Lost, Prison Break,
Breaking
two
Bad.
very good
Same two
shows.
shows.
Breaking Bad,
But I
same
just
show.
gave
I
up.
know, but I just got sick of it.
It gets better. It gets so
I was
much
on the
What?
fourth season. I got
Breaking
sick
Bad.
of it.
Breaking Bad.
I
I
think
thought-
what pissed me off about Breaking Bad is I know it's not like a bad fan base like Doctor Who or Sherlock, but I just thought, oh, this is the best show ever
Yeah,
made. Everyone
it's
like,
epic.
no, it's
What
just
it actually
Yeah.
is.
better.
Yeah.
Game
But I'm
Show.
the same way about Game of Thrones.
It's
I think that's the
better
best show
made.
ever made.
Yeah, but you
Okay.
don't like go around the whole time just quoting that. Like I know
No.
like loads of people go around, I am the danger, whatever he's on about. But like, I just think that
People say Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
yeah, who goes around? and
Khaleesi,
go,
You know nothing,
I
John.
know, but
Winter's Coming is a
Yeah.
big one. That's
That meme of Ned Stark with the sword.
yeah, but isn't there a Breaking Bad meme? Science bitch. Yeah, science bitch. That's a meme
Yeah.
as well. But
Science bitch.
yeah, but that is a meme.
Yeah,
He
it's-
doesn't even
it's
say
very
science
popular.
bitch. He just
Yes,
says
it-
yeah science.
I thought it was science bitch.
No, they made that meme up. Come on.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the
He has a
you
ca-
are
he
my
has-
father thing.
He has the
You might
catchphrase
say
bitch, but he doesn't say
Yeah.
it when they're talking about science.
Did you see that thing, Jesse Pinkman, bitch? When he says bitch, it's like a video.
Compilation.
Yeah,
Compilation.
yeah.
Bitch,
Bitch.
Weren't you gonna start compilations?
What? Yeah, but I don't know how to edit yet, so I'm not gonna bother until I know how to edit.
Yeah, and what were they gonna do?
What? I was planning on
Explain.
doing like TV show characters with like a song in the background.
Would it be like cute? Would it be like them cute like love stories?
Yeah.
No,
Like, have a
I
nice
was
love song.
planning on doing stuff like say, who would I do? I was planning on doing Joffrey with Viva La Vida, right? No, I used to. Do you know the song? And that'd be good for him, though. In fairness.
Well,
Yeah,
when I finished The Office, I was looking up a load of behind the scenes and interviews, and I ran into so many. What's name? Jen and what's
I can
What's the
never
guy's
remember
name?
their names.
do you know the main love people?
Jane and
Jen and
Jim.
The receptionist that turns into a salesperson.
Jim and Pam.
Yeah. Jim. What is it?
Jim and Pam.
Jim and Pam. Sorry, I messed up. Okay, I ran into so many of their love company.
Did you watch them all?
Who is it?
Even the last second.
You know, what's his name? Kane or something? Or he's the bald guy.
Creed.
Yeah.
I watched the compilation.
He's the
of him.
best.
He says some fucked up things like, "No, I can get you a kid." There's so many good.
I only watched one episode with a fella, like one of my friends is watching at the moment, and the one episode I watched was when, I don't even know their names, but they were in a high school, and turns out your man's girlfriend was in high school, and he was like, can I still date her? And it's like, no, she's in high school.
Yeah.
Do you know what episode I'm on about?
Yeah.
It's when
You do.
there's like,
it sounds familiar. I just can't.
it's like
think
there's
of it.
someone changed the logo of like cartoon animals to having sex or something.
The watermark one.
Yeah, the watermark episode. That's the only.
That was
episode
one of
I've seen.
Creed's best episodes because it was completely his fault because he's quality checker.
And Dwight and what's his name? Schrute, is it?
Dwight Schrute.
He came in dressed as the fella at the end, pretending to be your man. Can't think of his name. I'm gonna watch it and I'll know.
It was my. I watched the first episode just yesterday. The start of it. Got the first episode done.
I'm watching it.
I think
I'm
I'm
on
season
season 1 for the second time.
I think I'm gonna watch it again.
So good.
Netflix.
How much season is it?
It's like
9.
yeah, no.
The American Netflix, if you pretend you're American, you get way more, don't you?
If you use
it's
Hotspot,
easy
if
to
you use
do.
Hotspot Shield, you can become like American, and then say it's your computers.
Do
Use
you get a
American.
green card?
What?
Do you get a green card?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so I can move over there to get it.
Yeah.
Move over and back really quickly
Yeah.
and you can have it for a few days.
No, but it does a lot better TV shows. There's a lot more seasons of it as well. It's just it kind of slowed down my internet somehow.
They only have 7
It
seasons
wasn't
of
working
The
for me
Office.
properly.
On
So,
on the Irish Netflix, they only have 7 seasons of The Office.
Did they?
I only thought there were 7 seasons for ages because the ending of season 7 is like.
Well, I tell you what I hate.
I thought about
You know
Chuck.
the people used to like watch their shows like on TG3 or TG Car like years ago. It's like, oh, I'm like 6 seasons behind. You know in TG Car and all them, they had like good shows, but did 6 seasons. Like they'd have loads.
It's like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
When first
Walking
it
Dead.
came to RT.
Yeah,
I watched
so-
the first episode, then I just went to and binge watched the rest.
You know,
I actually started watching because I saw it on RT. Me
Same,
and my dad
yeah.
clicked on it and said, oh, this looks good. So then we just
Then
started
watch
watching
the
it
rest.
or do
properly.
you just show random episodes as well?
Yeah.
They don't even do it in
They
series.
just showed like an episode of Breaking Bad from season 2 and they've never showed another one.
They're crazy.
They make money. There are any Irish TVs.
TV is
So they don't
getting
need to-
so bad though.
What?
I haven't
TV's
actually
been
went
so
on my
bad.
TV
There's
in
some good
ages.
shows, like documentaries.
Yeah,
It's
that's
very-
all I watch on my
Yeah,
TV
same
for
with me.
shows and
Well,
stuff.
his-
like
And
that.
History
fishing
is-
jams.
But there's a load of shit documentaries as well.
Yeah, there is.
What was the documentary your uncle got you again? It was like bridges or something, roads.
Oh, yeah.
World's
Oh,
Deadliest Roads or
World's Deadliest Roads.
Yeah, a lot of
I
like,
know. It was
documentaries.
ice road truckers.
A lot of the documentaries is actors
Yeah.
and it's all about their
I
personalities.
watched the documentary. I actually thought it sounded very interesting that you were talking about last week. The Imposter it was actually very good.
Yeah.
Your man though, he seems like a fool though for like trying all that.
I thought
He
was
must
really
be a
good.
genius if he's
No,
able to
but
pull
come
off
on,
stuff.
he was pretending to be a
You
kid.
go and
Yeah,
pretend
at
to
the
be.
thought I was like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? But
Yeah.
as it went on, I was like, this guy's so fucked.
But like you couldn't even go pretend to be someone.
No,
okay,
that's
like,
because
it's-
none of us would. He shouldn't
have
have got away with
families.
it.
Imagine if you
Really,
went
yeah.
into acting. I say you would do so good.
Chris.
If you went into acting,
No, but listen, if he
you have to start going.
like okay,
10 people on first single.
no,
You
but
look a bit like
did you know, like he was like literally his lies were so bullshitty, but they believed him like,
Yeah.
oh, they put chemicals into my eyes and it changed my eyes from blue to brown. How did I even?
Well, that was the family. Wasn't the whole thing was the family knew that he wasn't actually their kid. They just played along with it.
So it didn't matter.
Yeah,
You get the
but
point
I'm
you
he
make
said
it.
that to the government as well, and they're like, oh, and then for 5 years later they
But
said,
what
oh,
if
we
it
have to-
they couldn't actually like start like interrogate him?
They
What
still-
if it actually happened
Yeah.
to him? And then
If
there's
you had just come back from 3 years being tortured with chemicals, and you said they tortured me with chemicals, and they said, no, you're lying, how would you react?
Yeah, but they could at least
They
say,
have to be
all
very
right, can we
sensitive,
take
like.
your fingerprint just to make sure, or our blood sample,
No,
something
but
like
like-
that.
Sure, the kid was so young, they probably
Yeah, they
didn't
didn't
have
have
blood
his
clot on
fingerprints.
record.
But that's how he got
He
caught
was,
out.
he was
That's
like,
how he got
he was
caught
like
out.
a redneck as well.
Yeah, but he got caught out though, didn't he? At the end because they checked his fingerprints.
They checked something, but it didn't matter to him because he knew. And
How many years did he get in jail again?
3.
I think you'd get more, wouldn't you?
Not really. All he did was.
I guess
Or
he
lying.
didn't
Yeah,
actually.
but did,
Where is
did,
he living now?
Did
Is
they
he living- is he
investigate
living
what the
good?
family did?
France,
They
South
killed the
Africa.
kid.
No, the end of the movie is like, and the detective when he's looking
Ah.
into it, and he like thinks that the kid was buried in the back garden or someplace and he digs him, but he wasn't there.
That kid, he was way like it sounds really bad. Imagine how bad the brother feels, like, because he wouldn't wake up the mother to collect him. Remember he said he was
I
like,
don't know. His family just seemed so.
Yeah,
toxic.
they did.
They just seemed like they didn't.
Why
care
would they
at
play
all.
along with it? Like,
yeah, and remember the sister when she saw him first, like he looked completely different, and she was just like, "Oh, I'm glad to
she
see
was
you."
reminding him. She's like, "This is your brother. This is your mother," and stuff. And
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, okay." So they knew. She knew the second.
Yeah.
She knew before she went over there that it wasn't.
Yeah, mother definitely knew. Like,
But in fairness, did you see the passport? It actually was kind of believable, as in you could pass him off, kind of.
I think if you were, it's because he got the tattoos. That were
Yeah.
the exact same.
If he
thing.
was maybe if the kid was like really young and then he came back maybe 5 or 6 years later, like there could be a
it was
huge
like
change in the
4 or 3
person.
years.
What I thought was
later,
class
it?
though was when he was
Firefighter.
pretending to be the police
Yeah.
officer. Do you know when he was like, "Oh, we have a kid
Yeah.
here, about
Yeah, that
13,
was
14,
impressive.
that kind of thing." But yeah, it was good.
It's an interesting movie.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it's a true story.
There's a
completely.
movie just like that though. It's a true story as well, where one mother, her kid's like missing, and the police give her back another kid, and she's saying that's not my child, and they're telling her that it is, but it's not her child, and they think she goes crazy. So
They kind of did that in Simpsons. as
her
well.
actual child was still missing.
yeah, and
Jesus.
the police. I don't know what. I didn't watch the whole movie though, but the police. It seems like it's an inside job or something.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to convince her.
Could they
that
not
it's-
have just done a DNA thing?
Yeah, but they put her in a mental asylum then. as well.
Did you not? Did you see the video about, or the documentary about the woman that was pretending her husband died in 9/11, and she was like claiming all this?
Yeah, and
crap?
they said that she was there.
Yeah.
And that like,
And
and
That
she was
came
going
out, that was a big
like
story.
some
I know.
people like the families who had people that died in there. She was going to them and saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
I saw your son or daughter.
Yeah.
I saw them
Serious.
helping people out." And she became the head of this organization
yeah.
for
What was it
survivors.
called?
At least she did it for
Make
good.
the
At least she
president-
like
No, but it was
went-
complete. That was
She
it.
she was getting
no,
money.
she
She was
no,
making
but
money.
at least she went to the people and said they were
Yeah,
they were
like,
helping
she did
people.
make, but she did make like the family.
People feel better.
Like, she went to one of the families and she was like, "Oh, I saw your son and he was helping and he died a hero." And some of
I saw a documentary about her and another guy, and it was his parents were interviewed, and he was just back from Marine Corps. He heard the explosion, he went outside and he saw the smoke, and he grabbed all his gear from his car and he just walked in and started saving people, and he saved like 4 fire officers and everything, and he got no recognition at all.
Gee.
He said that
I'd say he was pissed.
he said that before the documentary
didn't
was
do
made.
it.
He sounds like the kind of
No,
person.
I mean, I'd say he's pissed that she just made up all this shit.
Yeah, he said that before the documentary was made about him, that he hadn't got asked any questions apart from the people. The fire officers that he saved were like telling people like, "This guy saved a life." And they're like, "No, you guys are the real heroes and stuff." And they were like, "No, we got saved."
But like, sure, there's still people being buried. Like they're testing samples of like a finger, the only thing that's left, and then burying that finger. Like, as in, they're still testing in labs. Like, oh, this someone owns this finger. Let's find out who it is. And then
I
they're
always
burying.
felt so bad seeing the people
Jumping
like they had no option, burn or jump.
Yeah,
Like
A lot
if
of people
you
died
were
before
faced
they-
with that, like I'd rather just get it over with than burn.
I'd probably end up jumping, just thinking there'd be some way to live. Like, you know.
If,
Remember when I was a kid when it first happened, and like there's something about like them jumping out of buildings, and I was like, "Oh, why didn't they just put trampolines at the bottom?"
I thought the same
That's
thing.
being dead.
I thought the same thing.
They actually are. Well, I don't know if they had them back then, but now
yeah.
within 10 minutes of arriving, they're able to set up basically giant bouncy castles for them to jump on.
Yeah, I saw a guy and he was jumping off. He was a couple of 100 feet up into just this giant bouncy castle thing.
And
Like it wasn't like a special thing. It was just a giant bouncy castle, and he like broke his shoulder. A lot of ribs.
Yeah,
and
but you
stuff,
still
but
be
he
happy.
lived.
That's
He
just a
lived.
small price to pay for your life. Like, in fairness.
Well, like
This guy
he
did it
didn't
on
have to
purpose.
do it. He just wanted to see
Oh,
if
right.
he could survive
Oh.
jumping onto a bouncy castle. It was pretty stupid,
yeah.
really.
Do you know Rob Dyrdek? He has a TV show and he's the owner of DC Shoes, but he has a TV show called Fantasy Factory, and in one of the episodes he just hires one of the things for saving people from burning buildings, and he puts it next to an abandoned building, and him and all his friends just jump off onto it over and over and again. That's what you can do when you're rich.
Project X.
Said it was like 6 stories high and stuff.
Yeah.
Class.
You know the color walk thing?
Hmm?
You know the color walk?
Mhm.
That kind of thing where you get
Oh yeah.
Well, I was reading online, that's, you know how a lot of people would think that's a charity.
Yeah.
It said online that it's completely for-profit organisation. So like they keep the profit.
There is some different ones that do it for charity.
Yeah.
though.
But like the main one
The main idea that was started must have been profit.
started off as profit.
Well, it started in India, that festival where they throw colour
Well,
paint at each
yeah,
other.
but that's
That's
not
really
called the
cool.
colour walk. That's
Yeah.
a
That's a tradition.
cultural thing.
Well,
That'd be so cool to actually go and
Yeah.
do.
will we end it there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bing bada boom.
Bing bang
We'll
boom.
talk about Sharknado. It's out next
Okay.
week.
Wait.
We already
Talk
talked
about
about that.
It's on about
Then we're
Sharknado
first back
2 is on out next week.
Shit, 30th of July actually, isn't it?
Next Okay, yeah.
Wednesday.
Haven't even seen the first one.
I saw the first one the other day. It came on TV and I was like, I'll watch the first 5 minutes and then we'll go have dinner. And I watched the whole thing for some reason.
Expect a complete,
Fourth
a
time.
complete video dedicated to Shark Tank.
Actually, Jesus, I have to watch the first one before that.
Are we doing our
We're setting up a cinema here for Sharknado.
at the back with the projector?
Don't be good.
Thank you.
And like, we actually Cranch made the big screens today, didn't it?
Yeah.
You'll see a video soon, yeah?
Yeah.
Don't say anything more. Don't say
We
you'll
we
see
made it big.
Well, you were in the
subscribe.
I'm lost.